Hey there, welcome. Another walk in the woods. It's been a while since I did it. Today I wanted to talk to you about trying to please everyone and how that will never work. So I did a storytelling workshop a couple of weeks ago, and I was going through the feedback, and I had two particular responses that I wanted to share with you. The first response was, there was a whole bunch of feedback, but I'm just sharing like two different answers to the same question. They were with nonprofit leaders, and one responded that the session was so helpful for her or him, and they left with a full storytelling plan for next year and how remarkable that was because time is so precious. And then I sifted through more feedback, and another person had said, it was okay, but I didn't really walk away with any action items. And I thought, two people attended the very same session and answered the very same question in two completely different opposite ways. You're never going to please everyone. Everyone has a different frame of reference, a different perspective, a different way of learning. And this isn't about my workshop. This is about the fact that most of us are doing a lot of work to get people to believe in something, to change their mind about something, to do something. And we want to use communications, we want to use storytelling to drive that impact. But we're never going to get everybody on board with our idea. And I think it's important to be okay with that and to be clear on who it is we're trying to reach, and to embrace that and to be who you are. Once we're really clear on who we're trying to reach and what they are all about and what we are all about and how we want to be perceived, then we can just be true to ourselves. And I mean this from an individual level or an organizational level. And I'll give you a fantastic example, my favorite example of an organization that does this really well, and that's Snowbird. And I want to share with you this ad that they ran a few years ago. It was a full ad campaign. If you're not familiar with Snowbird, and if you're not familiar with skiing, Snowbird is definitely an advanced mountain where skiers go who want powder and killer skiing. It is not a place to go for groomed runs and for beginner to intermediate. Now, they have it, but that's not who they're catering to. That's not their audience. And they did this ad campaign featuring 1-star reviews. And this one in particular, from a person in Texas who was disappointed because there weren't enough groomers. And this is what Snowbird took and elevated this voice and put it out because people can laugh at it. So what they've done essentially is they know who their audience is. They don't care about people who are not on board with their idea. The point here is that there's a little bit of risk we take when we're very clear about who we want to reach and who we are. And we're okay with people not jumping on board with us. So Snowbird's a slightly extreme, maybe a little bit of a polarizing example, but it's a perfect representation of exactly that, not trying to please everyone, because in our quest to be liked by many, we sacrifice the ability to be loved by a few. And I think that Snowbird is definitely sealing the deal. And I invite you to consider the question of who you are, who you're trying to reach, and are you being so worried about pleasing everyone? I don't worry about the person who didn't have any takeaways from that session, because you know what? Someone left with a whole story plan for next year, and that's good. I'm calling that good. She loved it. Someone else didn't. That's to be expected. Thanks for joining me on this very snowy, wintry, wonderful walk in the woods. I don't have Murphy with me because he had surgery 7 days ago and he's on rest and he's very unhappy with me. My book is out. Here's some information on that and where you can find it. And I look forward to connecting with you with any questions or comments. See you next time.